Hi everyone, I wanted to make another video. Hopefully I'll keep it short this time about procrastination because I know that is one thing that everyone could use a different perspective on. I'm not telling you to not pay your bills because that would suck. But I am going to tell you the secret to life. The universe gives you three answers: yes, no, and not right now. So I apply that to everything, but mainly you can use it for procrastination because if something feels right and it feels good to you, do it. Put passion, put your energy into it, do it. If it doesn't, then don't. I'm not telling you to not pay your bills. I will say that the universe has a crazy way of things will fall the way that they fall. And sometimes, have you ever noticed, like, when you're going through something, you're just like, oh, how am I going to do this? And how am I going to get this done? And, all of those worries that we have. And then fast forward and you look back on it and say, you know what? I got through that. I did it. Whatever. And you look back on that moment of worry and stress and feeling out of control and things you needed to get done. And you can look back and say, everything worked out as it should have. Those moments are so important because there's your growth. There's your growth through situations, through, people, places, things, whatever. There's your growth, and that is worth it. With procrastination, so this video, right? Did I want to do it? No, I want to come home and eat my pad thai. Like, hey, pad thai, yep, it's right over there. But I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it because, and yes, I'm using my food as an example, but anything with your kids, with your work, with your family life, with your friends. If something feels good, do it, put energy there. If it doesn't, don't. So say you have some work project due, or and you're just next week or tomorrow or in a couple hours or whatever. That's a negative vibration that you are presenting to yourself. What do you think is going to happen when you do that to yourself? Does work stuff have to get done? Of course it does, but shift your perspective on it. Okay, X, Y, and Z have to get done, so how can I go about this productively, get it done, and not feel like you hate it? Yes, no, and not right now. So maybe it's just not right now. Take, 10, 20 minutes for yourself and decompress yourself. Write about why you don't want to do that. Something that makes you feel good. And then you'll see, those gears turn in your head, and now it's like, all right, now let's get it done. Procrastination is such a hard topic because it's so general. If your kid needs a diaper change, sorry, change the diaper. If your, kid needs something, obviously you have to do that, but those 5 to 10 minutes for yourself to reflect, to adjust, fix your vibe, fix your balance, find your balance, and then it won't seem like it's procrastinating. Take a little bit of time for yourself and then do whatever you have to do. And if it's something that isn't going to affect you in the next hour or day, don't put energy there if it doesn't feel right to you. If it's something that, has to get done, take the time. Just know that when it comes to like bills and money and stuff, everyone has such a negative feeling towards money because it's never enough. And guess what? I have worked for multimillionaires. It's never enough. They don't even have enough. Billionaires always feel it's never going to be enough until you make it enough. That's a whole other video that I could dive into on shifting your perspective into that. I'm still learning myself, how to do that. As far as procrastination goes, if you have to call, your cable company up and say, hey, I'm going to be late on my payment, do it. It's a phone call, make it stretch. Set yourself up for success, because I understand that in these times it's hard. It's hard to stay on top of things. It's hard to not procrastinate and not do things that you love. It's easier said than done. There are times I wake up, I'm like, oh, my bed is so comfortable, I don't want to go to work. I love my job. I love going to work. When I'm in the car and I'm blasting my music, I know that, feeling that I don't want to go to work, feeling that feeling was only temporary. The procrastination you are feeling is only temporary, because when you start shifting your perspective into things that benefit you, things that you enjoy, things kind of fall into place and it doesn't feel like work. That is another thing. I don't know how, specific you want me to go as far as procrastination, but I will say apply those 3 answers to everything. Yes, no, not right now. You know what? Maybe if something doesn't get done right now, if it's not the end of the world, it's not. If something needs to get done right now, take some time for yourself, shift your perspective, and knock it out, because you have so much potential and capability to do such good things. Everyone does. No one knows their life's purpose except me. I know my life's purpose. But seriously, if you shift your perspective on things and apply that to everything, if you feel negative about something, you don't have to. You have to sit back and say, how can I think about this differently in order to feel more positively about it? And that's what I do. When I have a situation that's feels negative, or I'm, in a bad vibe or a low vibe, and I'm just like, oh my God. We all go through it, right? I sit back and reflect, and I swear those 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of reflection on yourself, your thoughts, your perspectives, and then your forward movement, there's the key. Your forward movement. In that time, that's your growth. When you can get to that point of getting whatever done, or doing it in a, more positive way, or thinking about it in a positive way, okay, guess what? I get to have a Netflix binge marathon because I paid the Netflix bill, or I paid my electricity bill. Set yourself up to succeed. I will say that when it feels good to do things, put your energy there. If you are working on a project and you're like, oh, really need to get this done, but I just don't have the time, I don't have the energy. Depending on the project, why did you start the project in the first place? Why did you start it? Think about that. Does it make you money? Does it, what does money do? It doesn't buy happiness, I could tell you that. But if that's what pays your bills, then do it. Try shifting your outlook on things, and positivity is key. It's hard sometimes because you have negative coming from everywhere. It says repel negative, radiate positive. Right there, that's funny. My best friend made that for me. Thanks, Heather. Shout out. But when you can shift your perspectives into positive ones, the negative and the work that you are procrastinating, it doesn't feel so bad, because when you're doing things that you love and you want to do, it doesn't feel like work. It's fun, right? So make work fun, make life fun. If you have to have a 30 second or 5-minute dance party for 5 minutes, do it. Time, all we have is time. We go through our life and all we have is time. So if you can utilize that time and make more of those minutes that you have more positive, that's where a fulfilled life comes in, where a happy life comes in. Who doesn't want to live a happy life? I do. And I'm very happy. Ask me and I'll tell you. But I feel like when you find yourself in those moods, just shift your perspective and, prioritize, make yourself lists. I'm a lister. I list everything. I write things down. It helps me just visually see what is going on. Write notes in your phone if that's, what you gear towards. Set yourself up for success. However that is, do that, because then everything will start flowing and rolling naturally, and it's smooth sailing. my mom always said, if life was always smooth sailing when things got rocky and hard, how would you know how to deal with it? And I've taken that with me because it's true. If everything was always good and smooth sailing, when shit hit the fan, what would you do? How would you wouldn't be able to deal with it. It's going through those little bumps and those little rocks and those moments of, uncertainty. There's where you find your growth as a person. And isn't that the point? Aren't we all trying to grow and expand our knowledge, expand our outlooks, expand ourselves as beings? That's my philosophy. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you took one thing from this video and can apply it, or it's been helpful. I will leave you with that, and I hope that everyone has had a good day, and I will see you next time. Peace.